Hi everyone, welcome to yet another video on MCQs or income tax. Now in today's video, we are going to discuss an MCQ on TDS. So let us start. Professional fees receivable by CA Pratik is rupees 1 lakh. Expenses in relation to such fees is rupees 120. What will be the amount of TDS deducted under section 194G? Now, say for example, I am working with a company, say for example, Tata Limited. I am providing them some professional fees. So for that, I am receiving professional fees of rupees 1 lakh from a company, Tata. So the question says, fees receivable by CA Pratik, and it also says professional fees receivable by CA Pratik is rupees 1 lakh. So for my services, I was going to receive a fees of 1 lakh from Tata. Then a very interesting information, it says expenses in relation to such fees rupees 120. So basically what it is trying to say is, for giving my services, for giving my professional services, I had to incur some expenses. Say for example, I had to take some stationery. Say for example, I have to incur on some software. Say for example, I have to purchase a computer or a laptop, etc, etc, etc. So for Pratik, this 1 lakh is income. I am going to receive this income from Tata. But for earning this income, I have to incur few expenses. And interestingly, in the question, the expenses are more than the income, which is going to be 1,20,000. Now, the question says, in such a situation, what would be the amount of TDS which would be deducted under section 194G? Now, the information about expenses which is given in the question is given to confuse you. See, basically, in TDS, under section 194J, it is written that if the amount is more than 30,000, then 10% TDS should be deducted. This is what the provision says. Now, the provision does not say anything about expenses which are going to be deducted by the deductee. The expenses which are going to be incurred by the deductee. See, if Tata is making me a payment, Tata is a deductor, right? So for the deductor, there is a section 194J which says if the amount crosses 30,000, you deduct the TDS. Now the section does not specify anything about expenses which have been incurred. So this information which is given to you in the question has to be ignored. Some would argue, sir, but what about the expenses? It is very huge amount. The expenses are 1,20,000. So it is even passing the amount of income. So ultimately, sir, you are going to incur a loss. So sir, even though you are going to incur a loss, will Tata deduct TDS? The answer is yes. As far as the provisions of TDS is concerned, it doesn't matter whether a person, whether the deductee, whether the payee, after getting this income, ultimately is going to incur a loss or whether it is going to be a profit for him. As far as the deductor is concerned, if the amount is more than 30,000, he has to deduct TDS. The deductor has to do what has been said to him as per his responsibilities. Now, if I feel that after deducting TDS, I am going to incur a loss, I will have to file my return, I will have to claim the TDS credit, and then I will have to claim refund of that. So as far as Tata is concerned, it doesn't matter whether I am going to incur a loss ultimately or I am going to make a profit out of this 1 lakh. For Tata, TDS has to be deducted on professional fees as per 10%. Now, since the payment is 1 lakh rupees, Tata will deduct a TDS of 10%, which is 10,000. So, in this question, expenses for such fees was the information which is given to confuse you. It doesn't matter how much expense I incur for earning this 1 lakh, and after earning this 1 lakh, whether my net Answer would be a profit or a loss, it doesn't matter, because for a deductor, what is important is he has to deduct TDS. He, she, or it has to deduct TDS. And since the section says professional fees 194J, it has to be 10%. 10% of 1 lakh would be 10,000. So in this case, the answer is 10,000. I hope you enjoyed the explanation. Thank you very much. Bye bye.